Hello again guys, it's me again, Federico Tigbok. Good afternoon. A rainy weather. For now I create a PowerPoint of the tutorial chapter of the chapter 6. So let's go. The tutorial chapter 6 titled the network layer. So for the instructor materials, for the 6.1, there's the layer protocols. Explain how network layer protocols and services support communication across data networks. Describe the purpose of the network layer in the communication. Explain why the IPv4 protocol requires other layers to provide reliability. Explain the role of the major header fields in the IPv4 packet. Explain the role of the major headers fields in the IPv6 packet. So for the 6.2, there's the routing. So it explains how routers enable end-to-end connectivity in a small to medium-sized business network. Explain how network devices use routing tables to direct packets to a destination network. It compares the host routing table to a routing table in a router. So in the 6.3, there's the router. So it explains how devices route traffic in a small to medium-sized business network. Describe the common components, the interface of a router. Describe the boot up process of a Cisco IOS router. For the 6.4, configuring the Cisco router. So configure a router with the basics configurations. Configure the initial settings on a Cisco IOS router. Configure the two active interfaces on a Cisco IOS router. Configure the devices to use a default gateway. So first is the 6.1 network layer protocol. So the network layer protocols, there are several network layer protocols in existence. So however, the most commonly implemented are Internet Protocol version 4 or IPv4. Second is the Internet Protocol version 6 or IPv6. So it is a legacy layer protocols are not discussed in this course. So for the encapsulating IP, at the network layer, IP encapsulates the transport layer segment by adding IP header for the purpose of the delivery to the destination host. The IP header stays the same from the source to the destination host. The process of encapsulating data layer by the layer enables the services at the different layers to scale without the affecting other layers. Routers implements different network layer protocols. So concurrently over a network and use the network layer packet header or for routing. So the characteristic of it is the IP or connectionless. So the IP is a connectionless protocol. So no dedicated end-to-end connection is created before the data is sent. Very similar process as sending someone a letter through the snail mail. So senders do not know whether or not the destination is present, reachable, or functional before sending packets. So So encapsulating the IPv6. So the advantage of the IPv6 over IPv4 using the simplified header. Simplified the header format from efficient packet handling, hierarchical network architecture for routing efficiency, auto configuration for addresses, a limitation of needs for network address translation or NAT between the private and public addresses. So let's go to the 6.2 routing. So first is the using default gateway. So the host routing table usually includes the default gateway address, so which it is the router IP address for the network that host is on. The host receives the IPv4 address for the default gateway from DHCP, or it's manually configured. Having a default gateway configured, create a default route into a routing table of a host, which is route of the computer will send a packet when it needs to contact a remote control. So let's go to the 6. So this is the, let's go to the 6.3 routers. So a router is a computer. So a router uses 4 types of memory. So first is the RAM. Violates memory used to store application and process that data needed to be executed by the CPU. ROM, non-violated memory, hosts to store crucial information, operational instruction, and limited IOS. ROM is a firmware embedded to an integrated circuit inside. And NVRAM is a non-violent memory used as a permanent storage for the stand-up configuration file or startup config. Flash is a non-volatile memory used as permanent storage for the iOS and the other operating system files such as log or backup files. So there are numerous types of model routers. They all have the same general hardware component. First is the power supply, cooling fan, SD-RAM or synchronous dynamic RAM, non-volatile RAM or NVRAM, CPU, heat shields, and advanced integration module or what we call AIM. So 6.4 configure a Cisco router. Cisco routers and switches have many similarities in regards to their configuration. First, support the similar operating system, support the similar command structure, support many of the same command. They also have the identical initial configuration steps when implemented in a network. The commands on the left display sample configuration of a switch, similar to the configuration of a switch on the previous slide. The initial configuration should include configure the router device name, secure the user exec mode, secure the remote telnet and SSH access, secure the privilege exec mode, secure the all password in config file, provide a legal notification, authorize access only, save the configuration. So that's all for now. So this is the chapter tutorial of the chapter 6. So please don't forget to subscribe and thank you.